make them stay.
Hear you on that. Hear you on that. I don't think we'll ever be in a position to keep the deep-pocketed countries away, but as I'm agreeing with you that we can do better. And that's what you're saying.
And that's all they're asking for. I don't think they're asking for the world. I think they're just asking for better support.
There you go. We can agree on that. All right, that's my time here on Leads to Rest. Stole some seconds, but that's what we do when we have such a discussion like this and men who know the subject matter inside out. That's the time we have, making way for the news at 7.
This is CVM News Afternoon for Monday, June 23, 2025. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ronaldo Adams. You are not entitled to a third term in government, a caution warning from the Jamaica Labour Party leader, Andrew Holness, to Labourites as he acknowledges with disappointment how some people feel that some basic needs have still not been met. More in this report from Damien Phillips.
Signs of the times, an election is in the air. And as it weighs in the minds of politicians and all interested, the JLP leader Andrew Holness is sounding the alarm to get ready. But no announcement, walking onto the podium with a bell, just a taunt. Only a mere reminder on the day that the bell is symbolic.
But you also know that when the teacher is ready for classes to resume, when the principal is ready to call back the children, principal owes for the bell.
Speaking at the Clarendon North Western Constituency Conference held at the Edwin Allen High School, Mr. Holness warned that securing a third term may not be easy.
The third term is never an easy undertaking. It must never be felt that the third term is an entitlement.
And as such, implored party members to find solutions to the problems being experienced by Jamaicans.
As Labourites, we must be cognizant of the challenges we face as we seek to continue the mission of changing Jamaica for the better. Because even amongst us, there are those who are frustrated, dissatisfied, disillusioned, and will still put on a good face.
Mr. Holness wasn't fooling himself about the numerous Jamaicans still bemoaning lack of basic needs, including good roads and water, which still escape citizens in the year 2025. Mr. Holness sought to console supporters, telling them they can still place their trust in the party, meeting their needs and what matters most to them.
We respect your views. We hear your complaint. But more than that, we have demonstrated that we know how to fix it.
Warren Newby was endorsed and will be going up against the PNP's Richard Azan, who won the seat in 2002, 2011 and 2016. The Clarendon Northwest seat has been hotly contested, swinging back and forth between the JLP and the PNP since 2007. The seat is traditionally a JLP stronghold. For CVM News, I'm Damon Phillips.
The 48-hour curfew imposed in sections of the Kingston Eastern Police Division has been extended. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Sunday, June 22, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday, June 24. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. In the north, along an imaginary line from the mountain ridge from Mountain View Primary School to Cane River Falls. In the east, along an imaginary line from Cane River Falls to the bridge at 10 Miles Bull Bay. In the south, along the coastline from the bridge at 10 Miles Bull Bay to Flag Circle. And in the west, along South Camp Road from Flag Circle to Vineyard Road onto an imaginary line to the Mountain View Primary School. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. It's been another weekend of tragedy on the roads. Several people died and others nursing injuries in a motor vehicle crash in Clarendon. Among the dead, an 8-year-old girl whose death has stained the minds of some stakeholders who are demanding a shift in the country's road culture. More from Nika Lewis.
The writing is on the wall. If Jamaicans near and far do not act now to stem the carnage on the country's tar, then the gains of the past few months in 2025 will be eroded come December. A grim gift for the holidays.
The police report this morning was very disturbing. 3 precious Jamaican lives were lost yesterday in broad daylight at 9:50. This happened in Mitchelltown in Clarendon. The number of fatalities for this year is now 181, down 9% compared to last year. But if you continue at this rate...
Dr. Jones notes the 365 road deaths last year will be surpassed if something dramatic is not done to reduce fatal crashes. He notes with remorse the passing of 2 children, an 8-year-old girl on Saturday and a 16-year-old boy in 2 separate incidents days apart. He is demanding a culture change.
We need to create a culture that says to the nation, just slow down. Just slow down. Speeding without regard for road condition is the #1 cause for crashes, for fatal crashes in this country. Followed by failing to stay in your lane. And the things that we have at our disposal to recommend to and make people slow down are not very many. One is that we have to help the police to enforce the law and to provide them with equipment as much as they need.
Added to that, the doctor is prescribing more speed cameras not just for the corporate area, but in rural parts that can capture infractions and help track and ticket offenders. That's in addition to enforcement of the demerit point system.
We don't want to wait until people die or suffer terrible injuries before we warn them. The private sector needs to come on board. Civil society needs to come on board. We've already spoken about the role of government in all of this. We need to examine carefully the reality that of all the road users that contribute to motor vehicle crashes and fatalities in the country, only one single group has declined in numbers since the start of the year, and that is those riding motorcycles. 64 died last year, 50 for this year. All the others, pedestrians, pedal cyclists, private motor car passengers and drivers, the numbers have gone up.
The NRSC Vice Chairman shares the declines are largely due to the focused efforts of stakeholders under the National Helmet Wearing Coalition. He's urging all Jamaicans to join in boosting initiatives in other road user groups. Nika Lewis, CVM News.
With summertime Live Beauty Bar, Daniel Spike is urging Jamaicans to make using sunscreen a daily habit, especially for children. Speaking this morning on Sunrise, Spike emphasized that protecting our skin from the sun's harmful rays is not just a healthy necessity. Meanwhile, we take when we return.
Every day starts with care. Care that's always close. Supermed family of pharmacies is where you go for everything you need. From your morning routine to life's biggest moments. Supermed family of pharmacies is always by your side. Whether it's prescriptions or household essentials, trust the care that's close to home. Super happy, super healthy, Supermed.
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and Charles.
Welcome back. Now, in a major boost for education in rural St. Mary, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has announced plans for the Jeffreytown Primary School as the government continues its push to modernize learning environments across the country. Akeem Arret picks up that report.
After years of wear and tear, the Jeffreytown Primary School in St. Mary is finally set to receive a long overdue upgrade. During a visit, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness told school officials that the current structure has served its purpose and it's time to make way for a new facility.
You have managed to survive for a long time, since 1998, in a makeshift facility. It has held up fairly well, but it has reached its useful life. In other words, this building could not go much further.
The Prime Minister revealed that funds are already set in place for the construction of the new building, part of a broader commitment to improve educational infrastructure, especially in rural communities.
The funds have been allocated, and it is in our capital budget to develop and build the new Jeffreytown Primary and Infant School. Finally.
Dr. Holness said the construction of the new plant will begin soon. Akeem Arret, CVM News.
Unity took center stage in Waterhouse through football in a celebration of peace. With support from the San Myrna Foundation, the St. Andrews South Police, and the Strong Fathers Foundation, a spirited match proved that when hearts come together, healing begins. Nika Lewis has that story.
The once gritty community of Waterhouse in Kingston came alive on Sunday as football turned into a force for peace, thanks to a powerful collaboration between the San Myrna Foundation, the St. Andrew South Police, and the Strong Fathers Foundation. The division's top cop, Senior Superintendent of Police, Damian Madison, praised the initiative, calling it a critical step in building trust and unity between law enforcement and residents.
And get our young people involved in positive developmental activities. And so this is one. We have a host of others coming for the rest of this year, going into the new year, as we try our endeavor best to work with these partners to build a stronger platform. A part of this initiative about reaching out back to some of those youngsters whose fathers would have been killed in the past is something that we couldn't let pass. You know, we had to jump on that because, of course, we must seek to impact the reoccurrence of crime. And we have seen it that is generational, and it is also done through revenge killings and reprisals. And so we had to get on board with that. And so this is a good initiative.
Robert White, San Myrna's director, emphasized that real change starts when stakeholders invest in the youth and give them a reason to believe in their future, especially after tragic losses. A sentiment echoed by project manager Paige Dixon, who described their efforts as seeds of hope and a push that will steer future generations from crime and vengeance.
It's a fundraising for 4 kids that their father died tragically by gun violence. And they are doing a fundraising, the Strong Arm Foundation. So what we do is San Myrna Foundation is the title sponsor here because we always want to have an impact in people's life. So we ensure that this fundraising held today, and we fund it to make sure that these kids can be prepared. We can help to prepare these kids for school.
San Myrna's logo the San Myrna motto is empowering lives and inspiring hope. And we're not only here because of Father's Day, but we're here stepping in for that void, to fill that void where fatherhood was lost for many of these youths. And of course, providing scholarships for a few of these youths within the community to go to school and to go for their skills and other assets to make themselves more of an asset to Jamaica is definitely something that we're always going forward towards.
Co-founders of the Strong Fathers Group agree the event is a model of how men can lead from the front in rebuilding their communities.
We saw a need where fathers' children are in support. They need support, they need to feel hope, they need to feel that, persons are there for them, and we need to ease the burden. We saw the need to ease the burden of these mothers. And so we decided that, what better way to unite people through sports and entertainment for educational purposes.
Really after seeing how the deaths of these fathers that has passed really affect these children. Their physical being, their mental being, and their emotional being. We decided that we really would like to give strong support to that, and we couldn't find any other way to do it but this.
And with each kick of the ball, Waterhouse moves one step closer to healing and peace.
We'll have more on the other side of this break.
The Time is brought to you by Ford Territory.
Ready, tech, grow. Business is fast, easy, flexible, and costless. Oh, entrepreneurs, let's go digital. The Government of Jamaica and European Union present Digital Jamaica Training Series. Learn how technology grows your business. Choose the right digital tool. Manage your staff, customers, and money digitally. Data security and privacy. Artificial intelligence. We'll be in every parish. Apply online. www.jbdc.net. Log on fast. Digital Jamaica. Powering connectivity for MSMEs.
Are you ready for something mega? Megamart's giving away a brand new 2025 Hyundai Tucson. Second prize, a mega shopping spree. Third prize, 30,000 monthly shopping spree. Okay, break it down for them.
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Fill out the entry form on your receipt. Drop it in the box. That's it.
Ganga and Saga have gone to get Christmas.
Yes. Nina and John is in critical condition. We cannot wait any longer. They should come immediately.
Why won't you do the test? Tell me, Kashish, why won't you do it?
Because I'm not pregnant, Ganga. I cannot allow a liar like you to live in my house. Get out of here right now.
The Chaturvedis will never be able to guess who is behind all of this. And hats off to you, Yash.
Yash? Get in the car. Then our driver is going to take you straight to your daughter.
Ganga.
Brought to you by
Hyundai or Hyundai.
Welcome back, and it's now time for sports. In approximately half an hour, West Indies women will be looking to seal their T20 series against It will be win and win big or go home for Jamaica's Reggae Boys when they face unbeaten Panama this evening in Group C action in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup at the Q2 Stadium.